We are pleased to be joined by BAFC forward Karlie Lema for today's media availability for BAFC training. We'll go ahead and open up straight to questions. Paula?
Paula Marurita in San Francisco, California. Although this is just the beginning of the season, how's the level of confidence so far? Thank you.
Yeah, I think our confidence this season has been great. I think, we started off preseason on a high and we've just been riding that high, and I think it showed this past weekend. I think there's still things that, we need to work on and, fine tune, but I think we were on a good start and we're excited for the rest of the season.
How will you guys carry the momentum from Saturday's game and the first Clásico this weekend?
Yes. I think we're just gonna, continue to feed off of that, and going into a rivalry game, we always bring the energy. So I think that'll be, even more fun to watch. But I think, like I said, there's things that need to be fine tuned, and we're gonna get those things down in practice this week, and we're gonna come out hot. So yeah.
So we're talking. This is your second year, but as a franchise, it's the third year. What do you like the most to be part of this club, especially with the World Cup and all the momentum of soccer right now?
I think this club just does a great job. They keep their players first, and I think just it shows every single day, day in and day out, of whether it's in training or wanting extra work or whatever it is, the staff's here for us. So I think it's been really nice at least this preseason, on just having that support.
Thank you. How do you feel? I know you guys had time to review the game. How do you guys feel reviewing that? You talked about improvements. What were some things you personally noticed?
I think we had a lot of chances, and we only finished 2 of those, so putting a lot more of those away, I think, is our main focus. But yeah, just fine-tuning little things about where we could keep the ball instead of giving it away, or like I said, chances, I think, was our biggest focus, and putting those in the back of the net.
Second year for you, what do you feel like you're taking in this new season personally, improvement-wise?
I think this year I'm just, focusing on my strengths and, what got me here in the first place, and really bringing those to light on the pitch. So I'm excited.
Karlie, first, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
What would you say, I've probably watched the tape back, what was the thing that you felt like you did the best building block that you can take to the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with my hold-up play and being able to provide that support for my teammates and making runs in behind. And I think I'm just going to continue to build off that each game and continue to practice that in practice. So yeah.
And then is there a next big domino for you for okay, I'm sure you have a plan for the season. What else there is? I know there's a lot of people interested in your development as a player, and where things are going. So how do you see maybe some of the first, second, third thing that are top of your priorities in terms of development?
Yeah, I think, I'm obviously looking to develop each and every day, but I think, I have the speed, I have the strong build. So I think just working off of that, and, also working on some of my weaknesses as well. I can jump pretty high, but directing the ball and where it needs to go. This past weekend, I had 2 headers that I feel like I could have definitely finished or capitalized off of. So I think just, working on those little things and fine-tuning my strengths as well.
And then the chemistry between the attacking unit and the midfield, obviously big difference to you last year, just this first matchup. But can you speak to what it was like out there, the connectivity?
Yeah, I think, obviously there's room for improvement, of course, but I think it was a great start, and I think we're on the same page for the most part, but there's definitely some things we can get more in touch on, and I think it'll show in the games going forward.
Karlie, last question. Can you
Yeah.
just speak on the significance of what it means for this club to open the season with a victory?
Yeah, I think it's huge to open the season with a win. It just sets the tone for the rest of the season and the standard, and I think going off of that, it's going to give us energy, especially going into this week against LA. We're gonna bring it, like I said, and we're gonna realize that we did win the game, but there's obviously still room for improvement. So.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Watching Angel City's game back, they went with a 4-0 win. What are you guys planning to do in order to kind of match that energy? Because of course that's a big scoring game to pull through.
Yeah. I don't think we'll have a problem in terms of matching energy. I think just like we said, those chances that we missed this last weekend are going to matter this weekend, so putting every chance we get away.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.